Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online, please confirm to me, guys. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online, guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. Yeah, thank you. All right. Good afternoon, guys. All right, sir. And check it what we completed there in the last session. What exactly the content here we understood. All right. Java features topic we are discussing. In Java features, almost all the features we completed. The last few more features are remaining that we have to understand. First of all, now try to understand the points what I have given there. First of all, what is the requirement to go for Java features? What is the need to go for Java features? That point here we have to understand. To describe the nature of Java programming language, Java has provided a set of features called Java features. This is the requirement of the Java features, what you are having. Fine. What are the various features are available in Java? If you observe this, nearly 12 number of features are existed in Java. What are the 12 number of features which are available in a Java programming language? Simple, object oriented, platform independent, architectural neutral. Then after this, portable, robust, dynamic, secure, multi-threaded, distributed, interpretive, and lastly, what we are getting there now, high performance. These are overall features what we are having in a Java. Right, sir. I required all these answers in a single line. In a single line. Now, can you tell me why Java is a simple programming language? Because of few reasons. What are the three reasons? No, take less execution time, less memory. Then after that, what next one here after this? All right, sir. Allows a simple syntaxes from other programming languages and removed all the confusion-oriented features like what they're pointers, multiple inheritance, and so on. Right, sir. How can you say Java is an object-oriented programming language? It able to represent data in the form of what their objects. How platform independent here? Java allows its applications to compile on one operating system and executes on another operating system. How Java is a hardware independent programming language that is architectural neutral. It allows its applications to perform compilation on one hardware architecture and to perform execution on what their another hardware architecture. Portable, without changing our Java program, we can switch execution of Java program from one operating system to another operating system, one hardware system to another hardware system. All right, so robust programming language. Java is a robust programming language because of two reasons. One is Java has very good memory management system, that is dynamic memory management system in the form of heap memory management system. It allocates and deallocates memory for the objects at runtime as per the application requirements. Second one is what there, Java has very good exception handling mechanisms. Why? Because Java has defined a separate predefined library for each and every exception which are coming frequently in our applications. After this, dynamic programming language. Java is a dynamic programming language. Why? Because Java allows memory allocation for the data at a runtime, not at compilation time. No. Java is a secure programming language because of three reasons. Java has provided very good implicit security in the form of security manager. Java is providing web security by having JAS. JAS is what there? Java Authentication and Authorization Service. Then it's a one of the middleware service which is already provided by Java for web application security. Network security, Java has provided predefined implementations for almost all the network security algorithms like encryption algorithms and decryption algorithms for providing security for the Java applications through the network in the network based applications. Then after that we started with what there? Multi-threading. First of all, I've given some information. What is a thread? Thread is, I think I discussed completely this part in the last session there. Now try to understand it. What is a thread here? Thread is a flow of execution to perform a particular task. That's it. That means program is available to represent a task. If we execute the program, automatically task is going to be performed. So to execute the program, we need some internal flow of execution. To execute the program, what we require here, no, internal flow is required. That internal flow is called as a thread. How many thread models are available? Two thread models are available. What are the two thread models? No, one is what their single thread model, another one is what their multi-thread model. Nice. What is this single thread model actually? And what about this multi-thread model? I given some points here. Single thread model, if we take now, it allows only one thread to execute the complete application. But it follows what their sequential execution. It takes what their more execution time. It provides less performance. But if it is multi-thread model, it allows more than one thread to execute the complete application. It follows parallel execution. It takes less execution time. It provides more performance. All right. Now here we are getting the conclusion. What's the conclusion here I've given there? Java is following the multi-thread model. Java is following what their multi-thread model to execute Java applications. It is able to provide a very good environment to create and process more than one thread at a time. Hence, Java is what their multi-threaded programming language. Think up to this part we understood clearly in the last session. All right, now let's move on to the point here. Distributed, distributed, simple. You know already by using Java we are able to prepare two types of applications. By using Java, we are able to prepare two types of applications. All right, sir. What are the two types of applications here? Java is used to prepare the following types of applications. All right, here the following types are like what there. First one is standalone applications. Second one is distributed applications. I think in very first class, I given clarity on this point. In very first class, in the introduction class. All right. What exactly the meaning of standalone application? What is this standalone application and what is this distributed application? At least we need to understand this point here. Even if any of you are missing that very first class, no, don't worry. Now here I'm giving clarity for it. Try to understand it now. What is a standalone application? What you are understanding there, listen carefully. If we design and execute, if we design and execute any application without using client server architecture or without using or without distributing application logic over multiple machines, then that application is called standalone application. Is clear? All of you are getting clarity now? Tell me what's the meaning of the standalone application here? If it design and execute any application without using client server architecture or without distributing application logic over multiple missions then that application is called standalone application. Simple definition, even not to discuss much about this one here. Simple definition. This is the meaning of like what there standalone application. All right, sir. Similarly, what is the meaning of this distributed applications now? What we are understanding about this point here? Distributed applications. Quite opposite to this particular one. What is that quite opposite here? The same point here I'm trying to provide here, but with the changes, no? Try to understand it. What is this, no? If it design and execute any application on the basis of client server architecture, or by distributing application logic over multiple machines, then that application is called as what there? Distributed application. Quite opposite. Distributed application. Sir, all of you are getting clarity or not? If we use client server architecture, distributed application. Without using client server architecture, a single program in a single computer, if we execute that, if we run that program there, that is standalone application. See, by default, standalone applications are by default in any language. No need to think much about it. Basic programming fundamentals, if you know, then we can prepare standalone applications in any programming language, in any program. Got it or not? But distribute applications now. If you want to say Java is a distributed programming language, definitely it has to provide some environment to execute distributed applications. It has to provide some environment to run distributed applications. What environment Java has provided to execute distributed applications? If we come for this point, answer is very clear. Now try to understand it. Java is a distributed programming language. Java is a distributed programming language. Why? Because Java has provided a separate module in the form of J2EE. Java has provided a separate module in the form of what there? J2EE to prepare distributed applications. To prepare what there? Distributed applications. Java is available in three forms. That means Java is available in three parts: J2SE, J2EE, J2ME. J2SE is exclusively for what their standalone applications. J2EE is exclusively for what their enterprise applications are distributed applications. So Java has provided J2EE module to prepare and execute any type of distributed applications. Especially I'm telling that server-side programming is going to be available inside this J2EE. Maybe servlets, JSPs. Next one is what their own framework, JSF is available. Apart from this, then what next one here? Apart from this, no, web services is another distributed technology. Sir, all of you are getting it or not? So this kind of things are existed here, like microservices maybe. Right? All these are like what they're server-side programming only for the sake of preparing distributed applications only. So because of that reason, Java is what they're a distributed programming language. Sir, all of you are getting it or not? Leave this punch now. This is sufficient. All right. Now let's move on to the next one. Interpretive programming language. Next one is what there? Interpretive programming language. Java is an interpretive programming language. That's it. Everybody understand this one here? Interpretive. Java is what there? An interpretive programming language. Observe carefully, all of you know. I want to say directly, Java is both compilative and an interpretive programming language. I want to say this. Java is both compilative and interpretive programming language. And an interpretive programming language. Why? Because what is the reason for it? Listen. To check a developer's mistakes, to translate the program from source code to bytecode, that means high level representation to low level representation, we need compilation. Am I right or not? Compilation main purpose is what there? To translate program from high level representation to low level representation. Second one is what there? To check a developer's mistakes, what we require here now? Compilation is required. Am I right or not? Point number one. I want to execute my program. Okay, compilation is okay. But how I'm going to execute my program? I want to execute my program. If you want to execute our program, we have to use JVM or not? Come on, guys. We have to use what there? JVM we have to use to execute our program. Inside the JVM, who is executing our Java program? No? Yesterday I given that point here. Inside the JVM, who is executing our Java program? No? There is a component inside the JVM. That component is what there? An interpreter. See, for example, if you open the JVM, where number of components are existed, what are the various components which are existed inside the JVM? No, we can understand class loader. What is available there? No, class loader. Next one is what there? An interpreter. Next one is a JIT compiler. Next one is what there? Garbage collector. Next one is a security manager. Like this, so many components are available inside the JVM. Out of all the components, no, like an interpreter is existed. What is the purpose of this interpreter? No, executing our Java code line by line, line by line. Executing Java code line by line, line by line. That is what the job of the interpreter. All of you get my point or not? So here the point is what there? We need compilation over Java program. We need compilation over Java program. At the same time, we need an interpreter to execute our Java program. So because of this reason, because of these 2 points now, we can conclude Java is both compilative and as well as what there? An interpretive programming language. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? All right, sir. Now, here I need to give some reasons. Can I try to understand it? No, to check developers mistakes and to translate program, that means to translate Java program from high level representation to high level representation, in the sense what we are able to say, no, this is like what their source code, to low level representation. Low level representation in the sense, just simply I want to say what their bytecode. Of course, bytecode is an intermediate representation, but in this context I can say low level code only. Think of it. All right, sir. To check developers mistakes and to translate Java program from high level representation to low level representation, we need compilation. This is point number 1. What we required here? No, compilation we required. Clear. Next one, after completion of this, another point here. Next point is like what I'm telling there. To execute Java program, we need an interpreter inside the JVM. We need an interpreter inside the JVM. So because of these 2 reasons, we can conclude that Java is both a compilative and an interpretive programming language. Java is both a compilative and an interpretive programming language. Why? Because to check developers' mistakes and to translate our program from high level representation to low level representation, we need compilation. And to execute Java program line by line, we need what there? An interpreter inside the JVM. Due to these 2 reasons, Java is what there? Both compilative and as well as what there? An interpretive programming language. Here just we specified the interpretive. What is the meaning of it? No, already Java compilative, then at extra it is what there? An interpretive. So not only compilative but also what there? An interpretive. That's the meaning of this particular point that we have to understand anyway. Right, then after completion of this particular content here, then what is the last point here we have to understand? What is the last content here we have to understand there? Now observe carefully. Right, sir. Now the last one, high performance programming language. Simple, very simple. Already we have seen this point previously. In the last class, I given 1 point about this particular topic here. What I given about this high performance content here? Listen carefully. Java is a high performance programming language. High performance programming language. Why? Because reasons are available. Reason number 1, due to its rich set of features. Like what there? You can understand multi-threading, Am I right or not? Next one is what there? Robust. Then apart from this, what next one here? Portable. Then apart from this, dynamic. Then after that, secure, and so on and so on and so on. Because of these features, Java is become as what there? High performance programming language. This is point number one. Point number two, observe carefully. Due to the special components inside the JVM, due to the special components like JIT compiler, due to the special components like JIT compiler inside the JVM, Java is what their high performance programming language. Again and again, I'm telling that JIT compiler was not provided by Java initially. Later on, Java people understood that there is a lack in the performance of the JVM due to some reasons. That reasons I'll explain to you in the future, not immediately. Not possible to understand for you. But due to in the 1.0 version, JVM is available without JIT compiler. Later on, Java people have realized that there is a performance lag with the JVM, where to boost up the JVM performance, they have included one more new component inside the JVM. That new component is what their JIT compiler. The JIT compiler was provided by Java in its 1.1 version. In 1.0 version, no JIT compiler inside the JVM. There is a problem with the performance. No, later on, JIT compiler was provided inside the JVM. Then the performance of the JVM was boosted up. That means that performance was improved. Because of improving performance of the JVM only, JIT compiler was provided. So because of this kind of components also, Java is what their high performance programming language. So due to its rich set of features like multi-threading, robust, portable, dynamic, secure, and so on, then another reason is what there, due to the special components like JIT compiler inside the JVM, Java is what there, a high performance programming language. Is it all of you are getting clarity on this? No. So these are overall the points about like what there Java features. Right. So today, what exactly the points we discussed there about this Java features? No. If you observe these points here, very simple. First one is like what there distributed programming language. The first one is what the distributed. Java is a distributed programming language. Why? Because Java has provided a separate module to prepare these distributed applications. What is that module which is provided by Java? J2EE. But before this standalone applications also we can prepare by using Java. J2SE was provided. Altogether, Java is able to provide very good environment to prepare distributed applications. So Java is a distributed programming language. Again, I'm telling there, Java is available, right? By using Java, standalone applications and distributed applications we prepared. But what is the ratio of the standalone applications in outside now? 5% only. But what is the ratio of the distributed applications in outside now? What is the ratio of the distributed applications in outside now? 95% now. There we can understand Java meant for distributed applications. Java meant for what their distributed applications, not only for standalone applications. It is meant for what their distributed applications. Sir, all of you are following or not? Please wake up. People are sleeping. Slowly, slowly. Every day I'm feeling proud by seeing your faces now. How much sweetness is there in my voice? I'm thinking about it every time. Unfortunately, I'm taking classes actually. If I go for any singing competition, myself is the first prize, right? Why? Because that proofs I'm seeing there in my classes now. I don't know. What is the reason for it? I don't know. In all my entire batches now, right from morning to evening, night 9, night 10 or 11, I'm taking the classes here. All other batches, nobody is sleeping in my classes now. Everybody, they are looking seriously on my face only. But I don't know what is the reason why in this batch only people are sleeping now. What is the specialty with this batch? I don't know. Even at morning 7 o'clock, people are coming to me. Even without the brush bath, also people are coming at 7 o'clock morning. But they are not sleeping inside the class now. They are looking at my face completely. But at 4:30 time, it shows clearly how much lunch you are having. Fine. That's why what I'm telling to you, just if it is possible, just my suggestion. That's it. If it is possible, before come for this class at 4:30 you are coming there. After completion of your lunch, at least have at least half an hour to 1 hour sleep at your home. Otherwise, you are sleeping inside the class. At your home, try to have sleep at least 1 hour or at least half an hour. You may complete that mode, then come to the classes there. Then you are able to understand. Yes, sir. Ready? All of you are okay? All of you are ready? Okay, fine. Now let's move to the point. Of course, outside environment is also be very good in the last 3 to 4 days of time. But don't worry for it. This rainy season and everything is coming because of increasing hotness in outside as for the season now. Just within 1 or 2 days of time, again we'll get back the too much hotness. But the point is what? Good, nice, no problem. But don't sleep inside the class now. Then try to understand the points. All right, sir. Now this Java features part is completed. With respect to Java, first topic I completed. The very first one. What is Java? If anybody else is asking this question to you, up to 1 hour of time we have to speak. You can speak nearly up to 1 hour of time. Then we are able to give all the points. Continuously give list of these points now and try to explain one by one like this. Almost all 1 hour of time we are able to speak. If anybody else is asking this question, tell me something about Java. Give this total information there. That's it. That's the intention of this particular topic here. Leave this point here. Then after this, another topic is like what there? Another content here. 1 minute, guys. All right. After this, interpretive. Already we understood there both comparative and interpretive programming language to check developers' mistakes, to translate Java program from high level to low level. Compilation is required. To execute Java program, we require an interpreter. Java is a high performance programming language due to its rich set of features and due to the special components like JIT compiler inside the JVM. That's it, guys. Now these are the points here we understood clearly. All of you are getting clear, up to know? Like, can I go for this next point here? Next topic. All right. The next one is Java naming conventions. Java naming conventions. This is another one. Java naming conventions. Right, sir. Web applications is a part of the distributed applications only. Web applications and distributed applications both are same. And both are under client server architecture only. Both are client server applications only. Part of the distributed applications only. All right. Come for it, guys. Next one is after this Java naming conventions. Now I'm telling one statement. Try to understand this statement. No. Java is a case-sensitive programming language. Am I right? What is the statement here? No. Java is what there? Java is a case-sensitive programming language. Clear? Java is a case-sensitive programming language. What is the meaning of this case-sensitive programming language? No. Where in Java applications, there is a separate recognition. There is a separate recognition for lowercase letters and uppercase letters. There is a separate recognition for lowercase letters and what next one? Uppercase letters. Yes, sir. All of you are getting my point or not? Say for example, small ABC is not equals to capital ABC. Small ABC is not equals to capital ABC. Both are different. Got my point or not? Both are different. That's the point here. But here the question. Here we have a question now. What is my question here? My question is where to use lowercase letters, where to use uppercase letters is a question mark for us. We understood that Java is what there? Case sensitive programming language. Where we need to use. That means where in Java applications there is a separate recognition for lowercase letters and uppercase letters. But here the question is what? Here the point is what? Where we have to use lowercase letters and where we have to use uppercase letters, that we have to recognize clearly. So to use lowercase letters and uppercase letters separately, we have to use some rules and regulations. We have to follow a set of rules and regulations. Now try to understand where we are going to use lowercase letters, where we are going to use uppercase letters. I want to give some clarity. Try to understand it. I am moving towards programming part now. Gradually, I am moving towards what the introduction to programming part. So these points are important whenever we are in programming part now. Right, sir? Observe carefully. To use lowercase letters and uppercase letters in Java applications, we have to use the following conventions. What are the various conventions here we have to use there? Right, sir. To use lowercase letters and to use uppercase letters, we have to use the following conventions. What conventions here we have to use? All of you observe carefully. Point number one. Listen, all of you listen carefully. All Java classes, abstract classes, interfaces, and enums. Come on, guys. What's the point here I'm telling there? All Java classes, then abstract classes, interfaces, and enum. And enums must start with an uppercase letter. Must start with an uppercase letter, and the subsequent symbols must be started with subsequent symbols also be uppercase letters. Subsequent symbols also be uppercase letters. Subsequent symbols are also be uppercase letters. That's it. What's the meaning of it? No, listen carefully. Every Java class, every Java abstract class, every Java interface must be started with what there? An uppercase letter. Subsequent symbols are also be uppercase letters. What is the meaning of the subsequent symbol? No. For example, in a class, multiple words are available. First word, first symbol must be uppercase letter. Second word, first symbol. Third word, first symbol. Fourth word, first symbols are subsequent symbols. That subsequent symbols must also be uppercase letters. Everybody understand my point clearly? What I'm telling there. Example I'm telling you. By that we are able to get some clarity. Now see this one here. For example, string is a class. In Java, string is a class. Now here the string class is start with what there? Uppercase, yes. That S is what there? Uppercase, not lowercase. No. Observe carefully. Next one is after this. Say for example, string buffer is a class in Java. How many words are available here? 2 words are available. What are the 2 words now? String and a buffer, where S is uppercase letter and B is also be what there? Uppercase letter. String buffer. Next one is, for example, input stream reader. What is available here now? Input stream reader. Now here, how many words are available here? 3 words are available. Input stream reader. In input, I must be what there? Uppercase letter. In stream, S must be uppercase letter. In reader, R must be uppercase letter. Every word must start with what there? An uppercase letter. Every word must be started with what there? An uppercase letter. That's it. Now this is about like what there? Rule number 1. That convention number 1. Yes, sir. All of you are following or not? That's okay, fine. Now next one is after that. Point number 2. Listen carefully. Now this time I'm going to talk about what their variables information there. I'm going to talk about what their variables. Right. Observe carefully. All Java variables names must be started with a lowercase letter. All Java variables names must be started with what there? A lowercase letter. But the subsequent symbols must be uppercase letters. But the subsequent symbols must be what there? Uppercase letters. All Java variables names must be lowercase letters, but the subsequent symbols must be what there? Uppercase letters. Example I'm telling you. That means what's the point I'm telling to you? First word, first symbol. First word, first symbol is lowercase letter. Second word, first symbol. Third word, first symbol. Fourth word, first symbol. Everything is what there? Uppercase letter only. That is the rule for what there? Variables. Please remember this. While writing program, people are not following these conventions. That's why they are getting number of compilation errors. They are unable to come out from these compilation errors also. They don't know how to handle them. That's why I'm giving here itself. I'm giving that these conventions we have to follow. These rules and regulations are mandatory to write our Java programs. That's why I'm giving clarity there. So all Java variables names must be started with a lowercase letter, but the subsequent symbols must be uppercase letters. Now examples I'm telling there. In single word is available. Ouch single word is available. ERR single word is available. No uppercase letter. Started with lowercase letter only. Let's see this one. Next one is after this. For example, page context. How many words are available here? No. Page context. Two words are available. In a page, P is small. In a context, C is a uppercase letter. In a page context, P is lowercase letter and C is what there? Uppercase letter. Observe carefully. Next one is what there? Body content. In body content, body is what there? First word. Where B is small and content is available. C is a uppercase letter. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? Like this. Like this here, we're able to have some examples now. For example, if you want to define any user-defined variable, temporary employee address, I want to prepare now. Temp, EMP, ADDR. It's a variable basically. Now, how many words are available? Three words are available. What are the three words now? Temp, EMP, ADDR. In a temp, T is a lowercase letter. In EMP, E is uppercase letter. In ADDR is what there? A is what there? Uppercase letter. Sir, got it or not? Now, this is about like what there? Variables, information here we understood. Similarly, same rule is available for methods. Same rule is available for what there? Methods. You can understand it now. Right. What's the point here I'm telling there? All Java methods names must be started with a lowercase letter. A lowercase letter. All Java methods names must be started with the lowercase letters, but the subsequent symbols must be uppercase letters. But the subsequent symbols must be what there? Uppercase letters. Same rule is available here. We can understand this clearly. Java method names must be started with a lowercase letter, but the subsequent symbols must be what there? Uppercase letters. Examples here I'm telling that, try to understand it clearly. Say for example, in Java, concat is a predefined method. Concat is what there? Single word. Concat is a single word where C is what there? Small. C is what there? Lowercase letter here I provided. Concat, C is a small lowercase letter. That's okay, fine. Say for example, for name is a method in Java. It is available. For name, two words are available. In for, F is small and in name, N is what there? Uppercase letter. Sir, all of you are getting it or not? For name is available. In for name, F is what there? Lowercase letter, and in the name, N is what there? Uppercase letter. I try to understand it. These are the programming points. In the point of programming, these rules and regulations we have to follow. You should not think about it where to use lowercase letter and where to use uppercase letters. These are by default points. So everybody has to understand it. All right, sir. For name is available. Next one is what there? After this, get input to stream. Get input to stream. Method is existed. What is this method here now? Get input to stream. Method is existed now. All of you are getting it or not? So this is exactly the point here what I am telling you know. Concat, C is small, for name, F is small, N is capital. Get input stream, three words are available. In get, G is small. In input, I is a capital. In stream, S is a capital. Sir, got it or not? That's okay, fine now. This is exactly the meaning of like what there. All right, sir. Then methods convention here now. Next one, all of you observe carefully. Simple, very, very simple points only, but we have to follow the points now. Fourth one is what there? All Java, listen carefully, all Java constant variables must be provided in uppercase letters. Right, sir? Now understand it. What is the point here we have to understand there? All Java constant variables must be provided in what letters again? Uppercase letters. Only constant variables. Understand my point again? Say for example, I want to take some example here. Now try to observe carefully. In thread class, there are some constants actually. In a thread class, min priority. In a thread class, there is a constant. What is this one? Min priority. Next one is what there? Norm priority. Next one is what there? Max priority. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? All Java constant variables must be provided in uppercase letters, Example is what there, min priority. Next one is what there, norm priority, and next one is what there, max priority. They are the constant variables. Of course, they are public static final variables. In Java programming, we are going to declare them with what their public static final. So they are the constant variables that we can understand now. Next one is after this. All right, sir. People are asking to me what is enum. Don't worry, like a class, enum is available. I'll discuss about it in object orientation effectively. Even if I discuss that, you will not understand this, but enum is also one type of class, like class. That's it. Don't think much about it. I'll discuss it anyway in the future. No need to worry for it. All right, sir. Now this is completed. Then after this, after completion of this, fifth one. All right, sir. Last rule, last convention. Everybody understand it, no? All Java package names must be, all Java package names must be provided in lowercase letters. All Java package names must be provided in what their lowercase letters. Right, sir? What exactly the package names are available? Previously, I discussed about it. No, Java.io is a package. Right, sir? What is this one actually? Java.io. Java.awt. For example, event. Java.io. Java.awt.event. Next one is what there? JavaX.servlet.jsp.tag.ext. Something else, some in advanced Java, I might be using this package now. JavaX.servlet.jsp.tag.ext. Like this case, we're having so many packages now. So java.io, java.awt.event, javax.servlet.jsp.tag.ext. These are the various package names which are available. Now try to check this. In all the package names, everything is in lowercase letter or not? Everything is provided in lowercase or not? Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? Everything we provide in lowercase or not? So this is what exactly the meaning of like what their naming conventions. Come again, what exactly the points I discussed with you about this naming conventions, no? Where to use uppercase letters and where to use lowercase letters, we are going to understand. We need to understand these points here. Again and again, I'm telling there. Most of the people are getting 90% of the compilation errors due to not aware about these concepts only. They're not following these conventions. That's why 90% of the errors are coming because of these requirements only, these things only. But if you perfect in this area, you are able to come out from 90% of the errors. At the end, we are not going to get any error if you follow these rules and regulations effectively. That's why before starting programming, I'm giving all these points. Try to remember this. Even whenever we're writing something on our notes, no, try to follow the same conventions in our notes. Whenever we want to write a class name there, we can put that capital A. That means capital in the sense capital letter as a first letter. Capital letter in the sense to write in a big font. Automatically, you may habituated for it. Right. So now try to understand it. No. First of all, what is the conclusion here I've given there? Java is a case-sensitive programming language, where in Java applications there is a separate recognition for lowercase letters and what their uppercase letters. ABC, small ABC not equals to capital ABC. That's the equation now. But where to use lowercase letters and where to use uppercase letters, that we have to understand. To use lowercase letters and uppercase letters in Java applications, we have to use the following conventions. What are the conventions here we have to follow there? All Java classes, abstract classes, interfaces, and enums must start with an alphabet, must start with an uppercase letter, and the subsequent symbols are also uppercase letters. String is string buffer, input sim. S a capital, in string buffer also S and B are capital. In input stream reader, I, S, R, all are capital. All Java variables names must be started with, all Java variables names must be started with a lowercase letter, but the subsequent symbols must be what their uppercase letters. In, out, error are three variables, no? Page context, body content, and temp, emp, addr. Like this I have taken. All Java method names must be started with a lowercase letter, but the subsequent symbols must be what their uppercase letters. Concat, for name, get input sim. All Java constant variables must be provided in uppercase letters. There, what we are getting there, min priority, norm priority, max priority. All are uppercase letters. Next one is all Java package names must be provided in lowercase letters. Java.io, Java.awt.event, javax.servlet.jsp.tag.ext. All these are package names. All the package names must be provided in what there, lowercase letter. Right, sir. Good. Observe carefully. All right, sir. Then after this, after completion of these points, no, but one note here I want to specify to all of you guys. Now try to understand it. This is also important. No, now try to recognize this note. Nearly how many conventions here we have seen, sir? 5 conventions here we have seen to understand to use where to use lowercase letters and where to use uppercase letters. That's okay. Nice. Now observe carefully. All of you know. Listen carefully. All the above conventions are mandatory to follow. Yes, what I said to you, all the above conventions are mandatory to follow while writing, while writing, while writing predefined library. Right, sir. All the above conventions are mandated to follow while writing predefined library. Yes, sir. What happened? ఇప్పుడు also. Anybody else wants to leave? Think people are getting sleeping, right? Fine, sir. Good, nice. Let's understand it. What are the rules and regulations I'm telling there? All the above conventions are mandatory to follow while writing predefined library. Right or not? But these are mandatory for predefined library. These conventions are optional. These conventions are optional while writing user defined library. Yes, sir. Getting my point now? These are optional for what their user defined library. But these conventions are suggestible. These conventions are suggestible for user defined library also. That means these conventions are suggestible for user defined library. All right, sir. But suggestible for user defined library. User defined library. Suggestible for what there? But suggestible for user defined library. Yes, sir. Understand my point? What I'm telling there? Whenever we want to write your own class, your own method, your own variable, your own, if you want to write in our program, not mandatory to follow. Not mandatory to follow. But whenever we are writing predefined classes names, predefined interfaces names, predefined variables, predefined methods, predefined constants, mandatory follow these rules and regulations. So all of you are getting clarity or not? Even for user defined library, these are suggestible. Even these are suggestible for what their user defined libraries. Observe carefully, but suggestible for suggestible. One minute, sir. But suggestible for user defined libraries. Example I'm telling to you, now observe carefully. I want to write something else like what there class student. Tell me guys, student is what there is a predefined class or a user defined class? User defined class, our own. It's a class name basically. What I have used here now, lowercase letter or uppercase letter? Lowercase letter here I have used now. Now here the status is what there? No compilation error. Will not get any error. Will not get any error. Got my point or not? Right, sir. Example I'm telling there. Observe carefully. For example, I want to write, say for example, string str is equal to new string. I have written like this: string str is equal to new string. Now tell me, string is what there predefined or user defined? Predefined class. String is what there predefined class. But if it is a predefined class, no, we must use what there uppercase letter. Yes, must be what there uppercase letter. So now what is the status? No, status is what there. Definitely here we are able to get what there compilation error. Status is what there compilation error. That's the difference here we have to understand. Yes, sir. Got it or not? Right. So like this here we are having some content here, but While moving on to the concepts now, we are going to understand automatically. We are going to understand where to use lowercase letter and where to use uppercase letter there. I'll follow strictly these rules and regulations effectively in our application development. Once if I start programming there, you are going to understand automatically how to use lowercase letters and how to use uppercase letters. Is that clear to all of you now? All right, sir. Now this topic is also be completed. The last topic in the introduction part, the very last topic in introduction part is Java programming format. Java programming format. Last topic in introduction is what there? Java programming format. That's it. Java programming format. If you want to write any C program, there is a structure or not? There is a format we have to follow or not? Can you tell me what is the format we have to follow for writing C programs? No. First of all, we are going to write what there some say for example some hash define hash include statements. Before this macros we are going to define. Then after that hash include statements. After this hash include statement, then we have to write some structures, structure or something else, some structures. Then after that user defined functions. After that what next one you know? Or like main function. At the end we are going to write what their main function. There is a proper structure. Sir, got it or not? Similarly to design or to prepare any Java application or Java program, simply speaking, to write any Java program in a Java file, we have to use the following format. What exactly the format here we have to use there to write any minimum Java application? Right, sir. Now I'll show one diagram here. Through this diagram I will explain to you, but try to understand it. What exactly the structure here we have to follow? See this, all of you know. In this Java format, in this Java programming format, nearly 5 phases are available. Nearly in this Java programming format, how many phases are available there? 5 phases are available. What are the 5 phases? No, first one is comment section. Right, sir. What is this first one? You know, comment section. First one is comment section. Next one is after this comment section. Next one is package section. After this package section, after completion of this import section. After this import section, next one is what there? Classes or interfaces section. Classes or interfaces section. Next one is main class section. That's it. Next one is what there? Main class section. Overall, how many parts are available to write Java programs? No, nearly 5 parts are available. What are these 5 parts here? We can observe carefully. First one is what there? Comment section. Next one is a package section. Next one is import section. Then after this, classes or interfaces section. After this, main class section. That's it. These are overall sections here, what we are having clearly. Out of all these things, listen, all of you listen carefully. This comment section is optional, not mandatory. Even without having comment section also, we can write Java programs. Next one is package section is also be optional. Without using package also, we can prepare Java programs, we can execute Java application. Next one, import section. Yes, it is also be possible, it is also be optional, not mandatory to write. Even classes and interfaces section is also be optional. But what is mandatory? Main class section. Main method is required to run our program. Minimum main method is required. If you want to write main method, we need to have a class. That class is what there? Main class now. So this is like what there? Main class section. Yes, sir. All of you are following or not? See this one. What is the first one again? No? Comment section optional. Package section optional. First 4 sections are totally optional. The last one is what there? Main class section. That is what there? Mandatory. Now this is like what there? Mandatory. Main class is what there? Mandatory. Why? Because there is a question. Is it possible to execute our Java program without a main method and main class? No. This is a question. Answer is what there? No. At present, it is no. At present, it is no. Of course, in the older versions, in Java 6 version, Java 7 version, maybe up to Java 6 or 7, we can write Java program without having main method, but not suggestible. Just for testing purpose only, we can do that. But if you want to write any Java program, it's a minimum to write what there? Main method and a main class. Of course, right from Java 8 version onwards, main method, main class is mandatory. Main class and main method are what there? Mandatory. Right from which version of the Java? Java 8 version onwards. Up to Java 6 or 7, no. Main method is optional there, no. But as of now, if you are getting any question there, is it possible to write any Java program? Is it possible to run any Java program without main method, without main class? In the sense, no, it is not possible. This is mandatory to provide what there? Main class and main method. Yes, sir. All of you are getting clarity on this, no? Right, so now this is a simple representation here we can understand. Right, sir. All of you observe carefully. So this is a document here, what I'm giving there. Now one by one here we have to understand. The very first one is like what their comment section. Comment section. What exactly the purpose of this comment section? What is the need of it? Is it? What is the purpose of this comment section? What is the need of it? Say for example, all of you observe carefully. I want to write a Java program, for example. See, for example, if we complete these courses here, when we join with a company, you got a job in some company there. When we join with a company, after completion of your training period, when we enter into a project, definitely might be say our project team or team leader, maybe somebody else will assign some work to you. There we have to start our coding part. Observe carefully. When we are trying to start our coding part, as a first step, what is the convention we have to follow there? Before starting your code, before starting your implementation, you have to provide some description about our implementation in our code, in our Java file. Before starting our code, first we have to write some description about our code. Clear? All of you are getting clarity? What I'm saying, sir? Now tell me. Just now I said one point there. What is the point I said to you? So before start our coding part, first we have to provide some description about our code. To provide this description, we have to use comment section. To provide description about our code, what section here we have to provide there? Comment section. What's the purpose of the comment section here? I'm giving clarity. Yes, sir, all of you are okay or not? So are you comfortable now? I'm getting some kind of might be then you're not what I'm telling there, you're not comfortable. I'm getting some clarity by seeing your faces now. Can I stop class now? Yeah, I'm waiting for it. At least any one person is saying that, sir, okay, sir, no problem. Tomorrow you can like this. I'm waiting for it. Huh? Right, sir. By the way, then I want to give clarity. 22nd, I think so. Day after tomorrow, there is a festival actually, right? What is that festival there? Ugadi, I think so. There is a festival. I think local festival maybe. All right, sir. So what about our status now? How many of you are giving vote for a holiday? How many of you are not giving vote for a holiday? First of all, tell me. Raise your hands for a holiday. Right, sir. No holiday? Okay, no holiday. Good, nice. So I think for no holiday, more number of hands are coming, right? All right, sir. See, actually, as per the schedule, that on Ugadi, I don't have any plan to give holiday. Okay. But the problem is what? If all of you are coming, then I can take the class. But with 10 members or only 5 members, if you are coming, no, it's useless. If I take this, that's why I'm thinking about it actually. Moreover, we are at very startup mode. And more clearly, observe carefully. On Friday, again, I need to take demo class for new members. On Friday, I need to conduct some demo class for new members. Think of it. So there, maximum on Friday also, I don't want to give all day. I think in the last week I've given 1 day gap, right? Even on Friday also, I don't want to give gap. Why? Because new members will come there. On Friday at any cost, I need to start first Java program development. Before that, I have to complete this total language. This is a programming format. This is somewhat lengthy content. If I complete this, the first unit is going to be completed totally. That means introduction, the title you are going to complete. Next topic is what the steps to prepare first application. There I'm going to show how to download Java software, how to provide setups. No, then programming I'm going to start gradually. So the topic I have to discuss there. So that's why thinking about it. So max, I will check the status now on tomorrow. Tomorrow I will decide whether I'm going to give holiday or not. But if all of you are at single side, my decision will be very simple. Some of might be half of the members are no holiday, half of the members holiday, in the sense by default I'm trying to conduct the class only. My interest is to conduct the class only. Okay, then if half of the members are saying holiday, half of the members are saying no holiday, then after that I will take my own decision. I may think about it. All right, but max we can understand it. I don't like to give holidays max. I'll try to take the classes to you. But in the case, if I want to take gap, then definitely I'll give that intimation to you. But tomorrow we'll have discussion over it. On 22nd, whether I'm going to give holiday or not yet decided. And tomorrow I will decide. Just give some rewinding to me, then give some intimation to me, so that I will discuss about it tomorrow's note. Right? Clear? All of you okay now? Right. Let us start the content here. All right, sir. Then what's the point here I'm discussing with you? What is the point here we are discussing there? Comment section. Here we are providing. What is the meaning of this comment section? Now, first of all, now tell me, to prepare any Java program in Java file, we have to use the following format. What format is available? Comment section, package section, import section, classes or interfaces section, main class section. All right, these are the 5 phases we are having. Out of all these 5 phases, first 4 phases are what there? Optional. The last one is what there? Mandatory. Last one is what there? Mandatory. All right, sir. Observe carefully. All right. Now let's come for this comment section. What exactly the meaning of comment section here? What is this comment section? I'm giving clarity. Now try to understand it. In Java application development, before starting, observe carefully. Before starting, what we are able to say? Before starting application development, before starting application implementation of application code, before starting application code, it is a convention. It is convention to provide some description about our application. It is convention to provide some description about our application, about our code, what we are going to implement, where the description includes, observe carefully, where the description including what data here we have to provide there. First one is other name. Other name in the sense developer name, who is implementing this code. Other name. Next one is what their objective of this implementation. For what purpose we are writing this code? What is the intention of writing this code? Get my point or not? Objective of this implementation. Right. After understanding this objective, next one is what there. All right. Project details. Project details, if it is possible. Which project we are implementing? In which project we are implementing? Next one is what their module details. Inside a project, so many modules are available. In which module we are implementing this code? If possible, next one is what their client details. To which client we are providing this implementation, and so on and so on and so on. Maybe if it is possible, deadlines information. How many days we have to provide, on which date we have to submit, if it is possible. But of course, all these details are optional, not mandatorily to specify all the points now. But the convention is available, depending on the situation, we can provide these details now. Observe carefully what I given the point here. In Java applications development, before starting application code, it is convention to provide some description about our application, where the description includes other name, objective, project details, module details, client details, and so on. Right, sir? Observe carefully. To provide to provide these details or this description, to provide this description, we have to use comments. We have to use comment section where we have to use comments. We have to use comment section. There we have to use what their comments. Right, so now this is what exactly the point here we have to understand about the requirement of the comment section. This is a conventional. Of course, it is an optional case, no. But if you want to write these comments, what is the requirement to write these comments, no? Before starting our coding part, it is a convention to provide some description about our code. The description includes what their developer name, objective of this implementation, project details, modules details, team information, clients details, all required information we can provide. To provide these details, we have to use comment section where we are going to use what their comments to provide this description. Observe carefully. Next one is there are three types of comments. There are three types of comments in Java. How many types of comments are available in Java? Three types of comments in Java. Right, sir. What are the three types of comments in Java? First one is single line comment. First one is what there? Single line comment. Second one is like what there? Second one is like what there? Observe carefully. Multi-line comment. 1 minute, sir. First one is what there? Single line comment. Right, sir. Single line comment. And the second one is what there? Multi-line comment. Multi-line comment. And the third one is what there? Documentation comment. Documentation comment. Overall, three types of comments which are available in Java. What are the three types of comments? No. First one is what there? Single line comment. Second one is what there? Multi-line comment. Third one is what there? Documentation comments. Now we can understand what is the meaning of this single line comment here. Single line comment. What is the meaning of this single line comment? No, it allows the description. It allows the description in a single line. It allows the description, the total description in a single line. How much data we want to provide in a single line, we can provide that to give some description about a particular code. Understand my point here? All right. What is the syntax of the single line comment? No, syntax for the single line comment is just used to forward slashes. There we can use what there some description. Any description here we can write two forward slashes. There we have to use what there two forward slashes. Yes, sir. Are you getting it or not? Some example here. I want to provide some code related example. Now try to understand it. All right. What is this example here I'm writing there? For example, observe carefully. Class calculator I've taken. What is this class? No, calculator. Inside this calculator class, what I'm taking there? Void add. Void what there? Add something else like what there? Int fl comma int sval. This is for the sake of like what there to perform some addition operation. Of course, here I've written some code. A set of finish sections here I've written. Now here what I want to do there, I want to give some information about this add. All right, sir. Now here what I'm going to provide here, it will add two integer values. Yes, sir. What I've given there, no, some comment I've given there. For this particular one, I've given some comment. What I've given comment here, no, it will add two integer values. That's it. In a single line, I've given some comment. This method can be used to add what there two integer values. That's my main requirement. That's the point I've given there. Got it or not? Right, sir. This is one point. Next one is like this. At any location our program, if you want to provide one line of description about our code, there we have to use what there single line comment. Right, sir. Next one is after this. Second one, multi-line comment. Multi-line comment. What is this multi-line comment actually? Observe carefully. It allows the description in more than one line. It allows the description in more than one line. Then what is the syntax of this multi-line comment? It allows the description more than one line. Then what is the syntax here? Slash star and some lines of description here we are able to provide more than one line. How many lines you want, right? That depends on your description, how much you want to provide there. Right or not? Now this is like what there multi-line comment. Slash star and some description star slash. This is like what I'm telling there, multi-line comment. It allows the description in more than one line. So, got it or not? This is the point here we have to understand. Next one is after that, after completion of this, then what next point here we have to understand. Example code I'm telling to you, now try to recognize this. The same example, calculator here I have taken now. Again, I want to provide this class calculator. Same example I want to take, now observe carefully. Now inside this void add method where int fl comma int sval. Some coding part here I provided. Of course, now here I want to use something else like int is a return type. No. Now after completion of this, now here I need to provide what there some return 10 or maybe like fl plus sval that I have written something else. Right, sir. I'm not providing exact code here, but namesake code I'm telling there. But my thinking is what there comments, how to use these comments there. Now here what I'm telling there about this method, I want to give some description. What description here I want to provide there? Observe carefully. Now the description is what there name. What is the name of the method here? Add, for example. Add is the name of the method. Then after this, what next one here? No parameters. What are the parameters here? No int comma int. That means two parameters are available for this. Now what is the return type here? No return type of this method is what there int. Int is a return type. Like this. Something else. Now here I want to provide what there objective. If you want to say, if you want to take like what there need or objective. Objective is what there. What we are thinking about the object. No. Right, sir. To add, to perform arithmetic addition. To perform arithmetic addition. For the sake of this here, we have taken it. And the name is what there. Add parameters are what there. Like int comma int. Return type is what there int. Like this, I want to provide some description in more than one line. Now the data is available in what there more than one line here. So for the purpose here, we have to use what there comment now. This comment is what there multi-line comment here we provided. Yes, sir. All of you are getting my point or not? This comment is what there multi-line comment. Understand it clearly, right, sir? Now tell me overall how many types of comments are available in Java? Three types. What are the three types of comments? No, single line comment. Next one is what there multi-line comment. Next one is what there documentation comment. Right, sir. Then what about this single line comment here? No, it allows the description in a single line. What about this multi-line comment here? No, it allows the description in what there more than one line. Syntax is already be understood there. This is multi-line comment syntax. Single line comment syntax is what there two slashes where single line here we are able to provide. Next one is after completion of this. Third one is what there documentation comment. Documentation comment. Now try to understand this clearly. Right, sir. What's the meaning of it now? It allows the description in more than one page. It allows the description what there more than one page. Not like in a single line page. Not like in a single line. Not in like what there. Not like in more than one line. Not like in a single line. More than one page. Pages and pages of description. If we want to provide, there we have to use what there documentation comment. Got it or not? It allows the description in more than one page. Then what is the syntax for this particular one here? Observe carefully. Now here slash two stars. Here we have to use every line of description should start with the star. Every line of description must be started with what there star. Like this we can provide like this. Now here every line must be started with the star. And finally here what I am telling now. Just 1 minute, sir. And finally here we are able to have star slash. That's it. Ending symbol is not a double star slash. Ending symbol is star slash only. But startup symbol is what there no slash a double star. Sir, got it or not? So this is exactly the meaning of like what there documentation comment. Clear or not? All of you are getting clarity or not? right? But one note here I'm telling to you, observe carefully. Note is what there. Listen carefully. Documentation comments are used mainly in API documentation preparation. Yes, sir. What is this actually? Documentation comments are used mainly in what there? API documentation creation or preparation. Got or not? But not suggestible. But it will take more time to prepare API documentation with the documentation comments. Of course, we are going to use this documentation comments to prepare what their API documentation. What is the API documentation? I'll give clarity. Don't worry for it. Even a little bit programmatic we are going to see for this. No need to worry for it. But the point I'm telling there, it will take more time to prepare API documentation with the documentation comments. Right or not? Now, to simplify the API documentation to simplify API documentation preparation or creation, Java has provided a predefined command. Java has provided a predefined command in the form of Java doc. Come on guys, what is this command here? No, Java doc command. Yes, in a single note, almost 3 to 4 points I covered. Where to use this documentation comments? 1 point. In general, we will use documentation comment to prepare what their API documentation. Then after that, what is the problem with this? I have given there. But it will take more time to prepare API documentation with the documentation comments. Where what is the alternative for documentation comments? To simplify API documentation creation, Java has provided a predefined command in the form of what there? Java doc. But how to use this Java doc to prepare API documentation? What is the meaning of API documentation and how to create Java documentation by using this Java doc command? Then all the concepts we are going to understand tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll give somewhat one program I will provide there how to create API documentation. That program is not for running, not for execution. That program is mainly for what purpose they know, to prepare API documentation. I'll give this clarity and tomorrow. Then without fail try to attend for tomorrow's session there. After completion of this API documentation on tomorrow comment section, I'll start package section. What is the meaning of package, how to use packages, how to declare packages, little bit some related coding part. I'm going to start the content here. Don't miss the concepts here, right? We're going to see the content on tomorrow, right? Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. I'll meet on tomorrow. Guys, those who require this classroom notes here are given some link there. Now try to use this link, guys. Try to take this link now. https://tinyurl.com Java 430 PM notes. If you require this, there we can use this now. Okay, this notes. Oracle batches. Continues to start at the batches. Sir, office no, sir, me number one message. Start at the particular date and I mean 1 week before around just.